Folks, the House passed this resolution praising the life and legacy of white supremacist Charlie Kirk. He was gunned down speaking at a university in Utah. It got 310 votes, but a lot of people are saying what the hell was going on, because you had 58 Democrats voted no, but you had 38 that actually refused to vote as well. You see the vote totals right there. And so, again, you had 95 Democrats vote yes. Among them, Democratic leader HAKEEM Jeffries. In addition to Jeffries, you had 3 other CBC members who voted for the particular resolution. This, of course, as folks asking some serious questions, why in the hell would Democrats actually do this? Did it make any sense whatsoever? Now, I'm going to pull up right now for you the actual vote. So you see right here, this is the blue. This is the total number of people who agreed on the resolution right here. All those are red or Republicans, and you have the blue. So when you go through here, you see names: Pete Aguilar, California. You've got Judy Chu. You've got look at here, Henry Cuellar. You got Don Davis, CBC member out of North Carolina. He voted yes for this. You got Debbie Dingell voted yes as well. You got Steny Hoyer of Maryland. He voted yes. You see Democratic leader HAKEEM Jeffries voted yes. Also on this list, you see the likes of Ted Lieu. You see Congressman Gregory Meeks, another CBC member. He voted yes. Jared Moskowitz, Gerald Nadler, Frank Pallone. You've got Jamie Raskin. He voted yes. Pat Ryan of New York. He voted yes. David Scott, which he's in a plus 42 point Democratic district. He voted yes as well. And then when you look at the other names here, Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, former head of the DNC, also voted yes. Now, if we go down here, these are the Democrats that voted no. And you see a ton of CBC members down here. At the bottom here are the people who actually, now this is the group that voted present. Alma Adams of North.
Now listen here. I'm a fair person, but when I say I'm a fair person, it's because anybody can get it. Now, HAKEEM Jeffries, I need you to enter the chat. And this is exactly why Jasmine Crockett said that there were only 2 white Democrat reps that voted against this whole Charlie Kirk bill of memorializing him or whatever. Now, HAKEEM Jeffries, this is for you. I am thoroughly confused as the leader of the Democratic Party, why in the ham sandwich, as a black man, did you not descend? Why did you vote yes on this bill? The more you play in my face, the more you piss me off. And this is why you have to go. Like, you are going along just to get along. You are not for us, because if you know that this man said that the Civil Rights Act was a mistake, and you still voted yes? Are you on dope or dog food?
Once again, Brother HAKEEM Jeffries is failing us as the leader of the Democratic Party. He refuses to get it. He refuses to get it. I really don't know what else we could be saying. And maybe he don't care, because at the end of the day, he has the backing of AIPAC and those other super PACs. So maybe he don't even care at this point how we feel and what we say, but he's not getting it. The Republicans in the House, namely the Majority Leader Mike Johnson, put forth a resolution honoring the life of Charlie Kirk, lauding him as a hero, a political hero, a biblical hero, and a man who spoke truth and this and that. And listen, if that's how they feel about the man, that is wonderful. That is awesome. It really is. They're entitled to feel however they want to feel about him. They're even entitled, obviously, I think, still, to say whatever they want to say about him. But what we who vote democratically, what we don't want is for any of our elected representatives to support this kind of thing. We don't want it. It's as simple as that. We don't want it. Brother HAKEEM Jeffries and 2 other top Democrats supported this resolution. Catherine Clark and Pete Aguilar. Brother HAKEEM, Catherine Clark, and Pete Aguilar, our top 3 Democrats in the House, all supported this measure. I'm so perturbed that I can't even fully put my words together the way I would eloquently like to. Hakeem is not getting it. You're not gonna get it until you no longer have a job in the government. He's not getting it. But shout out to AOC, who got up there and spoke truth to power and said, we condemn what happened to this young man because it's unacceptable and it's vile and it's violent. However, this is also true about him. And I think Mr. Kirk would want the truth to be told about him. Everything about his legacy is about telling the truth, regardless of how anybody feels about it and regardless of whose feelings are hurt and who's offended. So I think he would want to be represented accurately and not whitewashed, honestly.
Black folks, I'm going to hold our hands when I say this. HAKEEM Jeffries and Cory Booker are problematic and they need to go. And it's really come to the point where we continue to praise them when they do some small little performative shit. But when the time counts, they are consistently on the wrong fucking side of history. And frankly, it's time for them to go. I think a lot of the Dems that are in Congress and the Senate right now, they need to go. They need to be primaried and they need to be booted the hell out of there. And we have to get this right. Like, it's time. I'm sorry. And I know Cory Booker had his whole moment the other day and people are praising him because he was yelling at Kash Patel and told Kash Patel he wasn't scared of him, that only the people of New Jersey could fire him. Well, I hope they fucking fire him. I really do, because he is not who he originally was. And I remember when he first came out and he was on fire for New Jersey, and this is when he was just, in the city. He was the mayor of New Jersey or whatever, of his city, or the governor of something. I think he was the mayor of his city, right? And the way he was on fire and doing things, sleeping in a damn near crack house, and I don't know what has happened in these years that he has been there, but he ain't right. He ain't doing what he's there for. Neither is Hakeem. Hakeem, you will never be speaker because your ass can't get it right either. And I'm really tired. And the reality is, we have got to hold these people accountable and stop keeping them there because they're a black face and we're just so happy to have them there. They ain't doing what they were sent there to do. And if they're not on the right side of history, they gotta fucking go. And at the end of the day, I also want to bring up the fact that if you are an elected official and you're fucking just voting present when it's something you need to vote on, your ass shouldn't fucking be there either. There should be no way they should vote present and don't get to say, yay, I'm voting for this, or nay. Present is a fucking cop-out. And if you're going to do that, you don't need to be there because you were elected to vote yes or no, yay or nay. You weren't elected to sit there and be present and think because you're present, I'm counted, I'm here for my people, when you're not actually voting. 38 people voted present today. Y'all are cowards. You are cowards. And the 95 who voted yes, I hope every single one of you loses your fucking seats.
AOC just stood on business, her business, and put the Democrats in a tighter spot when she got on the floor of the House and said, no, I am not voting for a resolution honoring Charlie Kirk because of X, Y, and Z, including the fact that he said the Civil Rights Act was a big mistake. On one side, you have AOC who voted no, and then you have Minority Leader HAKEEM Jeffries who voted yes. Now, they can easily say this vote honoring Charlie Kirk, this resolution, is a vote against political violence and not necessarily recognizing the legacy of Charlie Kirk. But here's the thing. Some Democrats are pissed about the people who voted yes. Did you hear what the Congressional Black Caucus had to say? Here's the statement, one of the first lines: violence has no place in our politics. They go on to say this resolution is not about healing, but legitimizing Kirk's worldview that some consider racist.
Pain to the millions of Americans who endured segregation, Jim Crow, and the legacy of bigotry today. We should be clear about who Charlie Kirk was. A man who believed that the Civil Rights Act that granted Black Americans the right to vote was a mistake. Who, after the violent attack on Paul Pelosi, claimed that, quote, some amazing patriot, unquote, should bail out his brutal assailant. And accused Jews of controlling, quote, not just the colleges, it's the nonprofits, it's the movies, it's Hollywood, it's all of it, unquote. His rhetoric and beliefs were ignorant, uneducated, and sought to disenfranchise millions of Americans. Far from the working tirelessly to promote unity, unquote, asserted by the majority in this resolution. It is equally important that Congress does unite to reject the government's attempt to weaponize this moment into an all-out assault on free speech across the country, all in the name of Charlie Kirk. President Trump and the FCC are now cynically threatening to shut down ABC and any outlets who give airtime to the administration's political critics. This is a disgusting attack on the American people and the very First Amendment rights that define us as a country. It is also the ABC Corporation's responsibility to refuse to embolden and participate in this corruption and escalation of censorship. We continue to pray for Mr. Kirk's family and loved ones in the wake of this terrible act. I am thinking especially of his children and his wife, whose grief cannot be measured. And with that, I yield back to the gentleman.
Ladies and gentlemen, a section of Black Democrats are not happy with politicians such as HAKEEM Jeffries, who have voted for a resolution honoring Charlie Kirk. This is because Charlie Kirk, in his past debates and in his past speeches, he had very controversial takes about the Black community, about the LGBTQ, and also about the Second Amendment, which provides Americans the rights to bear arms and to defend themselves. So they claimed that he was a bigot, he was a racist, and he was a white supremacist. Some also claimed that he was a big MAGA supporter and a huge proponent for the policies of President Donald J. Trump. So they have accused HAKEEM Jeffries of betraying them. And also they have heralded politicians such as Ocasio-Cortez, who have called out remarks that were made by Charlie Kirk when he was still alive. So those who have voted for this resolution claim that they are attacking political violence, that it has no place in America, and that Charlie Kirk was just exercising his right to free speech. But those who are against this say that they cannot herald a man who was expressing supremacist views and was attacking entire communities. So this has been the new development, ladies and gentlemen. If you are new here, I hope that you've enjoyed the video and welcome to the family. So ladies and gentlemen, if you've loved the video, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up. And as always, I'll see you in the next chapter of our reactions. Cheers and peace.